15 Things You Didn't Know About Brad Pitt. Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome to another captivating original video presented by Alux.com. Today we're talking about one of the most well-known actors and producers in the world, Brad Pitt. He's enjoyed a long, successful career in Hollywood, so we want to take a closer look at this celebrity to reveal some interesting and surprising facts about him. Brad Pitt was born December 18, 1963 in Shawnee, Oklahoma. His acting career began in 1987 when he was cast in uncredited parts in 3 films. He also appeared on a few television shows, including the soap opera Another World, Growing Pains, and Dallas. He first gained wide recognition for the 1991 film Thelma and Louise, and has appeared in numerous hit movies since, including Seven, Fight Club, Ocean's 11, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, World War Z, and The Big Short. Brad has also produced a number of films through his production company Plan B Entertainment, but more about that later. He's had 2 high-profile marriages with Jennifer Aniston and Angelina Jolie, and has 6 children with Angelina, 3 of which were adopted. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at Alux. Brad's talent, success, lifestyle, and long Hollywood career are a source of inspiration, so let's find out more about this A-list celebrity with the 15 things you didn't know about Brad Pitt. Number 1. His first job in Hollywood involved him wearing a chicken suit. When Brad first came to Hollywood, he didn't immediately break into acting and starring roles. Instead, he was rejected at audition after audition and was forced to take a variety of different jobs so he could pay the rent. He was a chauffeur for strippers, and he was paid to move refrigerators, but his very first gig in Hollywood was working at El Pollo Loco, where he had to stand out on the sidewalk dressed in a large chicken suit and wave to potential customers. Fortunately, it wasn't too long after this that he would get his big break, and he could leave the chicken suit in the past. Number 2. He has Geena Davis to thank for his breakthrough role. A young Brad Pitt was introduced to a much wider audience when he landed the role of JD in the film Thelma and Louise, but there were actually 2 actors that were cast in the part before the role was eventually given to him. Billy Baldwin was selected first, but he dropped the part to take a role in the film Backdraft. Then the role was given to another actor, and then he dropped out too. Pitt was asked to read for the role again with several different actors and Geena Davis, who had been cast as Thelma. Geena said that Pitt was so attractive in the audition that it made her mess up her lines. When the director and the casting director were deliberating who to give the part to, Geena jumped in and said, "The blonde one, duh," referring to Brad. The directors listened to her input, and Brad was put on the path to Hollywood stardom. Number 3. He dropped out of college. Pitt enrolled in Missouri University in 1982, majoring in journalism with a focus in advertising. With only 2 weeks left before graduation, Brad dropped out of the university and went to California to chase his dream of becoming a professional actor. Number 4. He intentionally had his teeth chipped for the role in Fight Club. Brad was so committed to his role of Tyler Durden in Fight Club that he went to the dentist and had his front teeth chipped for the part. After production closed, he went back and got them fixed. Number 5. He owns a $60 million mansion in France. Brad and Angelina own a few homes they are likely to fight over in their divorce, but the most impressive is a $60 million 35-bedroom chateau and vineyard in the south of France at La Val-en-Lavar. The 1,200-acre estate features tenant residences, olive groves, a moat, a private lake, and structures that were built in the 17th century. The couple bought Chateau Miraval in 2008, and they began producing award-winning wines in their vineyard in 2012. This was also the location of Brad and Angelina's 2014 wedding. Although the family spends most of their time there, Pitt speaks no French, but his children speak it fluently. Number 6. He designed his own furniture line. In 2008, furniture designer Frank Polaro personally developed a custom desk that Brad had commissioned to Brad's chateau in the south of France. Brad and Frank got into a discussion about furniture and realized they had the same passion for fine details and perfection in design. Brad also showed Frank a sketchbook filled with hundreds of furniture designs he had created over the years. This led to the 2 collaborating on a furniture line. The Pitt Polaro collection started with just a dozen pieces that were designed by Pitt and created by Polaro. The original collection, which was released in 2012, included items such as a stone 2-person bathtub, a synthetic fur chair, and a bed that took 2,600 hours alone to design and build. Each item was produced in a limited edition, and they were individually signed and numbered. They plan on releasing additional pieces in the future. Number 7. Melissa Etheridge taught him how to fly fish. A River Runs Through It was one of Brad's early successes, and in this film, he had to be an expert fly fisher. Brad wanted to practice for the part before auditioning, so he asked his friend who grew up fly fishing in the Midwest to teach him how to do it. That friend was hit singer Melissa Etheridge, and she taught him fly fishing in her pool. He also practiced fly fishing off the roofs of buildings in Hollywood. Number 8. Brad sued Playgirl after they published nude photos of him. In 1996, Playgirl published nude photos of Brad in their August issue. The nude photos were taken by a photographer who trespassed at a hotel on the island of St. Bartholomew and took unauthorized photos of Brad while he was vacationing there with his girlfriend at the time, Gwyneth Paltrow. Brad sued Playgirl, and a judge demanded that the magazine stop distributing the issue, but the magazine had already been sent out to thousands of subscribers. In 2017, Shania Twain said her 1997 hit, That Don't Impress Me Much, was inspired by the Pitt scandal. Shania said she didn't understand what the big deal was about seeing someone naked, and the thought that popped in her head was, that don't impress me much. She referenced Brad Pitt in her song since he was her inspiration. Number 9. Angelina Jolie bought Brad his dream car, an Aston Martin Vanquish Carbon Edition. Brad has loved Aston Martins ever since he saw Sean Connery drive a DB5 as James Bond in Goldfinger. In 2015, Angelina surprised Brad with his dream car, a $200,000 Aston Martin Vanquish Carbon Edition, as a thank you for supporting her through her surgery and cancer scares. Other cars in Brad's collection include the Audi Q7, BMW Hydrogen 7, a custom Chevy Camaro SS, and a Lexus LS 460F Sport. Number 10. He was the first male face of Chanel. In 2012, Brad starred in a series of Chanel commercials, becoming the first male face of the brand. The ads, which featured Brad delivering nonsensical lines against a gray backdrop, were voted the worst ads of 2012 and were parodied by Saturday Night Live. Brad was paid around $5.8 million to appear in the ads. It was Karl Lagerfeld's idea to hire Pitt, but we doubt he expected that kind of reaction. If you want to know more about the creative director and head designer of Chanel, click in the upper right-hand corner to watch our video of 15 things you didn't know about Karl Lagerfeld. Number 11. He got the Plan B Entertainment film company in his divorce from Jennifer Aniston. Plan B Entertainment is a film company that was founded in 2001 by Brad Pitt and his then-wife, Jennifer Aniston. When Pitt and Aniston divorced in 2005, she got to keep their Beverly Hills mansion, but he got the better end of the deal when he took sole ownership of Plan B. The production company has been highly successful, and 3 of their movies, The Departed, 12 Years a Slave, and Moonlight, have won Academy Awards for Best Picture. The company is also responsible for Pitt's only Oscar win, which he received as the producer of 12 Years a Slave. Other notable films released by the company include Eat, Pray, Love, Moneyball, The Big Short, and World War Z. Number 12. World War Z was his highest-grossing film. Although Pitt has starred in a number of box office hits, the highest-grossing film of his career thus far has been the 2013 zombie film World War Z. The movie initially looked like it could be a failure as the release date was pushed back and at least an additional $15 million was spent in an effort to improve the original completed film. Critics gave the film poor reviews, but Pitt was reportedly not pleased with the final product. However, the film went on to make over $500 million worldwide, beating Brad's previous highest-grossing film, Troy, which brought in $497 million worldwide back in 2004. World War Z 2 is set to be released in 2019. Number 13. He made over $86,000 per day in 2016. Pitt earned a total of $31.5 million in 2016, which equals out to around $600,000 per week, or over $86,000 per day. Most of his money was earned by acting in The Big Short, and through a deal his production company made with Netflix, who paid $60 million to acquire Pitt's 2017 film War Machine. 2016 was the first year since 2007 that Pitt passed the $30 million mark for income. Number 14. He is Barack Obama's cousin. In 2008, researchers at the New England Historic Genealogical Society determined that Brad Pitt and Barack Obama are 9th cousins, with their common ancestor being Edwin Hickman, who died in Virginia in 1769. Number 15. His favorite role was also his biggest film failure. Out of all the memorable roles Brad has ever played, his favorite was playing Jesse James in the 2007 film The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. The film was produced by Plan B Entertainment, and Pitt starred alongside Casey Affleck. However, the film was also Brad's greatest flop. It brought in less than $150,000 on its opening weekend, and grossed a total of only $4 million worldwide. Although it was a financial failure, the film received positive reviews, a high approval rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it was listed in the top 10 in over 20 reputable film critics' lists of the top movies of 2007. Now that you've learned more about Brad Pitt, where do you think he ranks among the great actors of today? Let us know what you think in the comments. Still here? Here's a bonus fact just for you. In 2013, Cadillac had the goal of tripling their sales in China by the year 2015, so they hired Brad Pitt to do a commercial for them that only aired in China. Brad was paid $3 million for the spot, in which he doesn't say a word, but is seen driving the Cadillac XTS around San Francisco. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.